Insert high quality podcast intro here.
Hello, Chimmy listeners. Welcome to the Chimichanga Superstar Podcast. I'm your host, Christian, and with me, as always, is Haley. Today, joining us will be Jimmy Purcell of Ben Better Comics and A3 Publishing, who appears to be attempting to inebriate himself as thoroughly as possible before the show.
Yeah.
As well as returning champion Nathan Gonzalez, who was here last week telling us all about what it's like being a producer on the Smodcast.
Yay.
Nathan,
Yes.
Are you ready to let Haley wow us with news tales?
What's new?
Jimmy, you just sit over there and don't say a goddamn word.
I'm Haley, and this is the news.
Hi, Haley in the news.
Hi.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
So, the House almost voted unanimously for public release
My
of
house?
the Mueller report. No, the Washington House of
Tell
Representatives.
him what the number is. Tell him what the number is. Tell him what the number is.
I'm guessing Nathan doesn't know this story at all.
Of the votes. Number of the votes.
The final vote tally was actually 420
Nice.
in favor. There were none against, and only 4 representatives voted just being present.
I was told there'd be no math.
Yeah. Is this why it's so hard to be president?
See, you know what? Honestly, it's at this point that I would just go ahead and just have a mental aneurysm and just order burgers but spell them wrong.
420 votes. Haha.
Nice.
So though this vote is not legally binding,
That's what I was
Right,
impressed
right.
with. Not that it was like
now
zero.
I see why you were so
Yeah,
excited.
I don't care either way because it's
420
going to get
votes.
killed in the Senate.
So this isn't. Although this vote was not legally binding, it represents that both sides are pushing the Justice Department to disclose as much of the report as possible.
It's a big bipartisan move, yes.
Barr actually stated that his goal would be to provide as much transparency as the law would allow during the Mueller investigation.
Nobody in our government lies ever.
No.
However, he did stop short of actually full throat stating a guarantee.
As is a politician.
So this is actually signaling the end of the Mueller investigation.
Allegedly.
With this vote, allegedly. Party Republican leader Majority McConnell will actually put it to a
Old
vote.
turtle face.
Old turtle
Old
face.
turtle face.
And that is your political
This
news.
is a political con job.
I mean, that's politics.
Politics.
Talk to me about Dolly Parton.
Yeah, I was like, where's Dolly Parton fit in all this?
Is it her boobs?
Is she a part of the Mueller
Dolly
investigation?
Parton is beloved by everyone.
Oh, well, I don't argue that. I'm just saying, is she like?
I feel like that's the only thing that we can all agree
Oh.
on is Dolly Parton is fantastic.
well, I want to see like all these people on trial and just her bust into the courtroom like working 9 to 5. What a way to make.
I mean, I think that's
living.
how she's going to get her way up, and she's going to be the new judge. Oh, my God. Dolly Parton is the new
New
judge.
Supreme Court Justice Dolly Parton.
Yes.
I feel like the world will go to shambles and then Dolly Parton will rise as the empress of all of the new America.
Sure.
Like,
Isn't
It's
it-
all Dollywood now, baby. Coast to
Exactly.
coast Dollywood.
Isn't it the plot of the new X-Men movie coming out?
X-Men
Is it
Dolly,
Dolly Parton? Is
Dolly, Dark Dolly.
Dark Dolly, yes. The Dark Parton.
the dark Parton. So international news.
The whole wide world.
This is actually really exciting for those of you who are like me, who like true crime.
I only like false crime.
We finally found someone to fucking blame for all of the Bloody Sunday killings. A former British soldier
Wait.
is
Are
to
these
be prosecuted.
like Sunday the day or Sunday the ice cream snack?
No, Bloody Sunday. Have you ever heard of Bloody Sunday
Not
killings from
specifically.
1972? Okay, so Bloody Sunday actually refers to January 30th, 1972, when British troops fired on unarmed civil rights protesters in Northern Ireland.
Oh, the U2. Yes.
Yes.
U2 got real mad about that.
Bono.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Bono. So a former paratrooper was actually charged with the killings of 2 unarmed protesters in Northern Ireland in 1972, also known as the Bloody Sunday killings. He was ID'd as Soldier F, and he will face trial for the murders of James Ray and William McKinney, as well as the attempted murders of 4 other people.
But will Bono and the Edge be in the jury?
Yeah, will they get closure?
You know what? That was not confirmed.
Do you think Bono's going to wear his yellow or blue shades?
He's going to say, I declare this court is out of order in the name of love.
And then he's going to break into song and everyone's going to sing along.
Yes.
And the judge, Miss Dolly Parton, is going to be losing her shit trying to figure out how to get things back in track.
So this was really interesting because when the Bloody Sunday first occurred, there was an initial military inquiry and that found that the soldiers were not at fault, which is so bullshit.
Yeah.
Then a 12-year-long investigation that tried to find someone who was at fault, which obviously wasn't. So then the Northern Ireland Police Service launched a murder investigation in 2012, which actually led to the prosecution of Soldier F.
Took 7 years for that, huh?
It did, yeah.
Plus however many years.
And that's your international news.
Yay.
Thank you, Bono.
Yeah, he brought him to justice thanks to Bono.
Thanks to Bono.
There's Bono, and then there's Harrison Ford in Patriot Games.
I've never read about this in a textbook, but I have heard this from Bono.
Oh, also Tommy Lee Jones and Blown Away.
See, I thought you were going to stop at Tommy Lee, and I went straight to the sex video for some reason. Remember when he honked the horn on his boat with his dick?
Yeah.
It was funny.
Ew, what?
Tommy Lee.
He had a big dick.
Ew.
And Pamela Anderson.
And she had his big dick.
Ew.
On a boat.
A lot.
Oh, no.
On tape.
A lot of tape.
Early 2000s were a different time.
This was pre-Kanye. This is pre-Kim and Kanye.
Yeah, we had it good, didn't we, with celebrities?
We had to buy sex tapes.
We had Britney and K-Fed and Tommy Lee and Pam.
I've never seen Britney fuck someone.
That's true.
It's weird, isn't it?
It's true.
In California news.
Oh, this happened in California. We're still on California.
Yeah.
Governor Newsom says that California will no longer execute.
So Newsom's going crazy.
Yeah,
with his
Newsom is
first
just
year. He's like, no bullet train to Vegas or San Francisco.
Yeah.
No death penalty. And also we're going to make a tram that goes straight to LAX. Oh, and also no Elon Musk tunnel.
So this has to do with
the
death penalty thing, as you were talking about.
Yeah.
So Newsom actually placed a moratorium on all executions, which gives 700 plus people on death row a reprieve.
Moratorium executions. I love that.
So the signed executive order is halting all capital punishment, calling the death penalty morally wrong.
Which is apparently against what the people have been voting for in this state, is what I heard.
I was going to say.
This also closes the brand new death chamber at San Quentin.
We just built it.
I know.
We just installed the gas pumps. Come on.
So this move has largely been called symbolic, as the state has not actually carried out an execution in more than a decade.
Oh.
The moratorium is also already facing challenges, as President Trump is not a fan.
He's not a fan of death, or he's not a fan of the move of killing death?
He's not a fan of the fact that capital punishment has been given a halt.
I really like when you kill people in front of me while I eat my Big Mac.
His hamburgers?
I can't remember which I think it was the one about declaring a national emergency. He was talking about he had a conversation with the president of China. And he was saying,
that's always going to go well. Trump
and
in
he
China.
was saying that in China, like, drug dealers get capital punishment. They get the death penalty, which I don't know if that's factual or not. But he was saying
it came out of Trump's mouth. You got to.
And he said that the President Xi was like super proud of that, and then by extension, President Trump should be proud of the idea that like death penalty is something that we do in this country.
Yeah, we kill people.
California actually joins New York, Washington, Colorado, New Hampshire, and Oregon limiting death penalty.
I think those are all legal weed states too.
That is probably true, except for I think New Hampshire.
Weed is good.
In semi-local news, a lawsuit was recently filed over the college admissions bribery scandal. I don't know if you guys have heard about this.
We've heard a little bit.
Have you heard about this? Wow. What a terrific audience.
Fight.
I'm not making fun of you. I'm making fun of Jay Leno.
All right.
You kind of gave a little Leno vibe. I'm not going to lie.
All right, Nate. I got my eye on you.
Was it a dig on me?
I am one entire wine bottle deep here, so don't fuck
No,
with
if I was compared to Jay Leno too, I'd be upset.
I'm a little upset.
She's talking about she drank the bottle. This isn't like an Irish stab session.
Do you guys know about this, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you know that the H in William H. Macy stands for Harvard?
Did not.
Not really.
I
but
thought it stood for like Hank.
it's a silly story.
I'm sorry, do you want to do the news?
Yes, he does.
No, I'm sorry. Go. I'm not trying to steal your thing. Talk about these rich people getting caught for doing rich people things.
It's my
So-
favorite thing to catch people in doing.
50 people were actually charged this week in
Rico.
a college admissions cheating scandal. Some schools that were named in the lawsuit
I heard lost.
are
My law scoot.
lawsuit.
Gonna hop on my law scoot.
That is
Get
100%
to
what I
court.
said at first. Lawsuit are Yale, Georgetown, USC, and UCLA.
Big time schools.
The alleged scandal mastermind also was named in a lawsuit filed by 2 Stanford students. The bribery scheme allowed unqualified students to find ways into universities, and a class action lawsuit claims that 2 students were denied fair opportunity to be admitted into the colleges, and they argue that their degrees from Stanford are therefore devalued. Felicity Huffman and Lori Loughlin are named under parents who took part in the scandal.
Oh,
Wow.
Becky. See, a lot of people though are confusing it with like people. So it's one guy essentially who's been like everybody's like
Yeah, it's one dude.
genius fixer who, and people are confusing it with like, oh, they're just paying a bribe to get into college.
No,
It's not like that. It's like
There's a guy
he's-
coming with,
he's
like, I
going
got the
to-
deal for you.
He's like going to literally either fix your SAT scores, or in some cases, he will make your kid out to be an all-star athlete, even if your kid never played a moment of sports.
Yeah.
Apparently,
that's
like they
literally
would
what it is.
Photoshop faces onto like athletic kids' bodies and come up with these like fake transcripts.
No, in Lori Loughlin's case,
Yeah.
her children, in order to prove that they were meant for the rowing team,
Yeah,
she took pictures of her kids on a rowing machine at a gym.
really.
Wow.
That's some extra.
And yeah, no, it's wild. It's
I've
like
got my face up against the microphone. I'm so in shock.
I had
That-
to touch it with my lips.
And that's your local news.
Who do you get to play William H. Macy in the movie?
So this is what's fantastic. What's really interesting to me is William H. Macy has not been identified. It is not. He's
Just tangential because he's her husband, and,
Yeah.
and by proxy, the father of the same child that they
Exactly. Yeah.
got into college.
But,
I got it. I know who
as
to play
far as
him.
we know, he's not a part
Who?
of it.
Terry Crews.
Okay,
To play William H. Macy.
Yes. I think it'd be brilliant.
put a
Fantastic.
mustache and a wig on him, and yeah,
I think Terry looks good in a wig.
and it's William
Terry looks
Handsome
good in
Macy.
everything.
But
Well-
he did not watch Fargo very closely. Apparently,
I love Fargo. Oh man,
he
What's not to love?
should have learned
So
that
good.
shit.
Wait, are you
comes
talking about
back
the
to bite
movie
you in
or the
ass.
series?
both.
I haven't seen the series yet.
Oh man,
The series
it's so
is
good.
great.
I'm a movie fan. I love that movie.
Oh no, the first season alone will make
Yeah.
you forget the movie exists.
2
It's that
seasons,
good.
right?
Three.
Three.
I haven't seen the third one. The second one I wasn't as much of a fan of, just because the first is just truly amazing piece of television. Just really good storytelling.
I'll have to go check it out.
Billy Bob Thornton. I mean,
Oh man. Oh man.
that steals the whole thing. But like Colin Hanks is great.
I love
Colin Hanks. is
almost
so
everything he's
good.
done.
Oh,
Oliver
man,
Platt.
That entire. Did you see the second season?
The
with
second
Kirsten
season, yeah,
Dunst?
yeah.
Oh man. Oh man.
I also
So
like
good.
everything that Bob Thornton has done.
I really appreciate
Including
Billy
Halle
Bob
Berry.
Thornton, yeah. And Angelina Jolie.
Whoa, he did Angelina. That's right.
Yeah, and they wore each other's blood.
I'm not too big into Angelina. I'm gonna be
remember
honest.
that, yeah.
I'm a, you know,
I
Halle
mean,
Berry
Monsters
is.
Ball was fantastic. If you're talking Billy Bob Thornton, Halle Berry, and that was also Heath Ledger.
Halle's got some
get
major
me
something
started
on
on
her.
Heath
Halle Berry's like my everything almost.
Is she?
I want Halle Berry and Rihanna just to high five me.
Wow.
Take that however you want.
Do you have a list of 5, like a 5 celebrities?
Yes, I do.
Going back to our previous podcast, Henry Cavill is 1 through 5 on my list.
No.
So there's Henry Cavill from Man from U.N.C.L.E. There's Henry Cavill from
Oh no!
Mission Impossible
Oh no!
5.
shit,
Henry
wait.
Cavill from Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, and Justice League.
Even
Just
CGI
like-
lip and all.
Oh God,
What
no!
about the one you haven't seen yet? What about bearded, white-haired Witcher Cavill?
I've seen Witcher Cavill,
Yeah.
and he could get it.
Get
can
with
get
your
it.
Witcher Cavill. Get with your Witcher Cavill.
Anyway, should we get on to our last piece of news?
Last news.
So this is in the entertainment
Entertain me.
faction.
I like
I don't know if
Stan
you
Lee.
guys have heard of the rest in peace Stan Lee's most recent cameo in Captain Marvel.
Stan Lee.
Stan Lee.
No, I'm just
He
kidding, I know.
made things.
This is
yes,
not
he did.
actually
And he
his
stole things, he
last
meant-
cameo. His from
In
what
Captain
I
Marvel?
understand, his
which is
last
Kevin
cameo
Smith related, actually.
Yeah.
is in Endgame.
Yeah.
He has one more cameo.
Oh, does he? I thought that
Yes.
he didn't make it to the rest of them.
I just assume they're going to be CGI cranking him out into every movie.
No, from
They-
what I
they got a full
understand,
body
Endgame
scan.
was his last one, but this is his second to last.
Yeah.
They call this his most meta cameo
Oh, yeah?
because this is the first time Stan Lee cameos as himself.
Oh, so it's going to end with him punching Jack Kirby in the crotch.
So it's him reciting his lines from the Kevin Smith film.
Oh, you're talking
Mallrats,
about Marvel, the Captain Marvel
on
one.
a train.
You're talking about the Endgame
Yeah.
one.
In Mallrats, Lee also plays himself, and the film was released in 1995, which is when Captain Marvel takes place. Kevin Smith wrote actually a heartfelt reaction on Instagram stating, after a lifetime of referencing the movies just referenced me.
Apparently he knew about it ahead of time, and he kept it a secret.
I mean, that's a hard secret to
I know.
keep. Like, I would just start crying every time someone says Stan Lee.
And he's not very good at keeping secrets. Like I've been in his office and he's told me a few things that, like, I haven't been, like, he just recently announced the Howard the Duck show that he's doing for Hulu, and he had told me about that like a couple of weeks beforehand, and so it's just things like that
I'm so excited for Howard the Duck. You have
privy
no clue.
for. But yeah, no,
I
it's gonna be
loved
good.
the movie.
Yeah.
I'm excited for Kevin Smith taking.
See,
this
it's
one.
not like Batman where it's like, oh, everybody's tried Batman. It's like Howard the Duck. Like, okay, they've done it once and it was kind of bad. What could one more shot at Howard
And
the Duck?
even
hurt?
if it's bad, it could still be fun.
yeah, sure.
It could be a shitty movie, and you know what? There are people who made those what we now look at campy, shitty B movies in the old days.
Yeah.
People were trying at those back in the day.
That's true. It's very true. And like in a lot of movies nowadays can shine, obscure characters into a more forefront light. I mean, look at Guardians of the Galaxy. Big example of like nobody knew who those fucking characters were. I mean, even arguably before Robert Downey Jr. was Iron Man was not that popular of a character.
I find it funny that Rocket the Raccoon, like no one knew who Rocket the
Yeah.
Raccoon was for so long, and now he's a household name.
Now he's a
That's
fucking
true.
ride at Disneyland.
Yeah.
California Adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go figure.
Which is a very good ride.
Haley, thank you for telling us the news.
And that's your news.
That's very good news.
Raph, if you would be so kind as to grab 2 more beers and tap in for Haley. She's got that look in her eye again, like she's had too much wine and needs to violate her husband, so I'm going to let her go ahead and take care of that now. If you will all excuse a brief intermission, I need to refill, reload, hunt down, and murder a cricket.
So I gather you gentlemen...
There you go. That's where it's at.
I use gentlemen here loosely, but I gather you assholes here to discuss something that was bothering me, and thanks to Raphael Googling it for me because I was too lazy, it turns out it's a real thing. I want to break down our current thoughts on the Avengers and the MCU that's coming through before Endgame, but most importantly, I want to talk about how weird I felt when I was watching Homecoming and watched Tony Stark rub his left hand. I was like, the fuck happened? Did they delete some scene I missed? Did he get hit? What the fuck is that? And my weird obsessive brain was just bothered by that so much it ruined the next several scenes. And it turns out when I go back to watch them all over again on the side at work, just casually, I do see his arm always damaged and fucked up. So Raph Googles it for me, and it turns out this is a thing, and my brain went like a million degrees.
That's a really weird thing to ruin a movie.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, obviously he gave this way more thought than I would have. And, because it's like, yeah, didn't he break his arm in, I mean, not literally, but, didn't Tony break his arm in Iron Man 3?
Yeah, did you not think about all
He's
that?
had an injured left arm in
Yeah.
every single movie.
When this crossed my mind, I said, fine, fuck it, I'll go watch them all over again. So I went back
Which
and
is not a bad idea. It's not a bad spending of time.
Now, how long did you do the whole thing? Because I did that whole thing of watching it once a week kind of thing.
Because I work from home and I have this other TV next to me while I'm working on the laptop, I just kind of have it on with the volume down at 4 so I can barely hear it. But
You don't have to listen to the lines.
Yeah, and I have subtitles on.
Yeah.
So I guess I've watched probably the entirety of the MCU 3 or 4 times, but not actually paying attention to it.
In order?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because in order, it was... Okay, so I did the...
In chronological order, mind you, not
Yeah.
not as they came out.
Not as they come out?
Which is why the
'Cause
next...
I watched it as they come out. I did the whole thing where I watched once a week leading up to Infinity War. I watched every MCU movie. And it's weird because, like, you know how when you watch a show, like, sometimes in the season, there'll be, like, really lame episodes, but when you watch it all together in a binge, those episodes make sense because you get to see a whole story arc happen before your eyes.
Oh yeah, you're watching one big soap opera.
Yeah, that's how I felt about MCU, is that seeing Tony Stark's story arc develop throughout every single movie,
Right.
seeing it all together was amazing.
When this thought crossed my mind, I went back to the first one, the very first shot in the Marvel MCU, the very first fucking
Oh yeah, he
shot.
breaks his arm in that one too.
The very immediate shot is his left hand holding a glass of scotch.
So is he left-handed?
I believe so,
No, but
but
then you didn't see it chronologically. Did you see it as they came out or chronologically in their story?
chronologically in the story.
But then it would be Captain America.
Yeah, exactly. But no, I'm talking
I
about...
think when he was going back to the story of Iron Man.
Oh, when he got to
Yeah,
Iron
yeah,
Man.
yeah.
Okay, I'm on board now.
And the very first shot we ever get in the Marvel Cinematic Universe is his left hand.
Yeah,
So now it's this weird... Like, you're obsessed with the number 23.
correct.
His Tony Stark's left hand is now my new Marvel obsession. I have a notebook of just constant, like, his fucking hands here and this. His fucking arms here. He's got an ice pack on his shoulder.
And much like me in 23, there's a whole world of people who also are obsessed with his left hand. So there's websites ready
Yep.
for you.
At best, it's Robert Downey Jr. like giving some sort of character note to every director he has, saying, "Hey, let me do something with my left arm."
Yeah.
And maybe he's going to see that through because I'm sure he has a lot of say in like kind of the shape of that character.
Oh, yeah.
And
he's the grandfather.
Where
of all
he's going
this.
to end himself, I guess, because it's very, very, very definitely likely that this will be the last Iron Man movie.
I think that, to go on what you said
For
about
Endgame, I
it,
mean.
it could
Yes.
be Robert Downey Jr. bringing that in.
Uh-huh.
The Marvel team, they're really good writers. So if they saw Robert Downey Jr. doing this, they might figure out a way to piggyback on his character development and write something into it.
Yeah. I think that if they do an ending where we still have a Robert Downey Jr. involved afterwards, it's going to be where his arm has been damaged so much. So when I was watching Infinity War again, Thanos puts the final gem in the stone, and it's like tearing his veins out of his muscles. Now this guy,
Have you seen, like, it goes all the way up to his
up to his
shoulder.
neck, yeah. It
Yeah.
comes up his freaking veins.
Yeah, he's fucked up.
Yeah. And then he snaps, and then that fucks him up twice as much. So now he's a freaking, like, he's Thanos. He could take this. He's freaking, like, fist
Mad
fighting the
Titan.
whole. Yeah. What if? Ooh.
She got scared. She
Right when you said Thanos.
Yeah. Maybe she didn't realize we were talking about Thanos until you said the Mad Titan. No,
She's like, I've heard many names, but I've only heard one when he comes to kill.
Yep. Well, she's from space too, so I'm pretty
Makes
sure that
sense.
she's heard of Thanos. Disney.
Yeah.
But anyways, I think that because it is a left-handed gauntlet, either they're going to do he built his own gauntlet thing, which is probably more likely for the visual effect of it,
With the aid of probably Thor and Nebula,
or like
because
everything.
I have no idea how Tony Stark is just going to be like, hey, so I made this glove that can harness the power of Infinity Stones just out of my own suit, you know?
Even though I'm just a mortal and we have like 3 other demigods on the team,
Right.
I'm just gonna go ahead and take this one, guys.
I wouldn't be surprised if it has more to time travel.
Could be.
Well, okay,
Quantum
so
realm.
Maybe you guys can answer
see-
this for me.
Yeah.
Because when Thanos and Stark were finally like fighting their own thing,
Yeah.
and they had that like moment where they connect over like knowledge
Yes, I know
and things
you,
like that.
yeah.
Why? Okay, so I have only seen it one time all the way, all of the whole series all the way through.
Okay.
Why do they have those two? They had that moment.
Oh,
they
well-
seem to have a bigger moment
Tony
than
just,
anyone
Tony
else.
just because he's been obsessed with whoever sent that army down and he went
Right.
to space that wormhole. And Thanos, because if some dude from Earth chucked a missile at my army, I'm going to find out who this motherfucker is.
Okay,
I mean,
all right.
yeah.
That's it, yeah.
However, I also believe that Thanos watches TV. Because
Okay, can you unpack that? Can you continue that thought, please?
Yeah, well, because Tobias from Arrested Development shows up in the Collector's thing, and that's not actually the Collector's chamber. That's the Collector's chamber that Thanos made for Gamora.
Wait, you
I
mean
thought it was
Tobias
Howard the Duck.
himself wasn't?
No, Howard the Duck was in the first Collector's chamber,
Uh-huh.
but when Gamora and the Guardians show up at the Collector's place,
Oh, that's fucking
Tobias is in
It
one
could
of the,
it could
one
be
of
a
the
thing
cages.
for Thanos, but the Russo brothers, the directors,
Yeah.
were directors on the Arrested Development.
Yeah.
First season or second season.
Well, see, but I like the idea because like he wasn't actually there. That
Yeah.
was Thanos.
right,
Like,
generating.
I like the idea of Thanos.
reality
Like,
gem,
who
yeah.
should I put in these cages? I like that one show.
the sad doctor,
the anal rapist.
the anal rapist.
Well, because he was right there behind them. I think because like what I remember when I heard about him, I'm like, but that wasn't really it. That was a reality that he faked. So if I was faking a reality, I would fill it with a bunch of characters that I like from shows.
What do you guys think's going to happen with Cap?
With Cap,
Yes.
Better
I hope he
fucking
dies.
die, yeah.
You think they're going to let him? You think
His
they're going
story
to
is
have him?
tragic.
Yes.
It is.
No, this
It
is
is
the
the
saddest
worst.
Cap ever.
I mean, if it didn't happen in Civil War, it should happen here. Like there has
Yeah.
to be some sort of sacrifice, and
What if he loses the serum and ages out or something like that again?
maybe.
No, I would love it if it ended with him walking on the dance floor with Peggy.
Oh,
Like
back in
as
time?
he dies, or
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
That'd be great.
I would be okay with that.
I do remember in the trailer there's a scene where he straps the shield on, and it looks like it really hurt. I'm like he's probably got his arm busted.
You can't trust the trailers from Marvel.
I know you can't, but
Okay.
what that made me think is I don't care what that scene could mean. What that scene made me think of, the one line I want the most in this entire franchise it still can happen.
I'm really upset.
Ouch, my arm.
Yes.
Oh, that's a good phrase. That's a
Yeah.
good term.
I want them to trademark that, put it on T-shirts. I think
Ouch,
that's
my arm.
brilliant. Ouch, my arm.
Well, that would be Tony Stark, right?
Well, yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's like that's the joke. Tony should have known. Well, I gave you all the signs, Tony, and his arms hurt the whole movie.
Yeah.
The fuck you? How am I supposed to read that? My arm hurt.
See, what I take from the whole left arm thing is it's a classic story throughout throughout the Bible. The left arm is always the bad arm.
Yeah. Oh. Tony's God.
I mean, look at Sinestro. Sinestro in Latin is left.
Huh.
Huh.
And that's why he's like the left-handed lantern, as it's always about the left hand. Left hand is evil.
You're getting a little turned on by this, aren't you?
As a left-hand person, yes.
Start
knew it.
research.
oh, okay.
It's my sexy southpaw.
But no, the line I really want is Thanos has beat everyone except for Captain America, and it says you have no powers, blah 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 blah. How do you help? And then
You want the labyrinth?
he sits there and
You
he's
have no
just
power
like,
over me.
As long as one of us stands, you haven't won. So fucking, and he basically calls him out like, you haven't beat me yet. I'm looking you dead in the eye. Do it. And he does. Like Thanos directly right there just takes Cap out, and then plot happens. I want that to be the way he goes.
Now, see,
I thought you were going to say Avengers Assemble. That's the line I need.
you always have to come down to the point of the Avengers are going to avenge.
Yeah.
Yes.
They were destined to lose.
They're destined to take care of something at the cost of something very big.
Yep.
As we learn in just about every Avengers movie or every kind of prequel Avengers movie.
Which is funny because there are some people who bitch about that. I'm like, title, read it, please.
I love what Tony says about like we might not save the world, but we'll damn well avenge it.
And then that's you have all the talk or Steve's just like people are going to move on but not us, and we're going to try and get these people back. Or
Who do you want at that that meeting?
What do
We
you
saw in
mean?
the trailer,
What
and,
meeting?
presumably,
you think about it, we're back to phase 1.
yeah.
It's the original team: Hawkeye,
Yep.
Hulk,
Or
Black
sitting at that
Widow.
table? Because it looked
Well,
like
I'm
an
not saying
alcohol-
team. I'm just saying
Yeah.
status wise.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that was very intentional.
But we also have in the mix Ant-Man, who somehow gets his way out of the quantum realm,
I have a theory on that.
which is your time travel.
Yeah.
Which is your time travel opening.
I feel like Janet planted the seeds for that in that cut scene.
Yeah.
In the after credit scene.
Yeah.
Because Janet, like, I always feel like some scenes, it feels like the Marvel characters are winking at the camera. Mm-hmm. The other one was when the Hydra agent was like, yeah, we we have everyone on tabs, like, blah, 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 blah. Stephen Strange. And this was before Doctor Strange came out, and I felt like he winked at the camera. That's how I feel about Janet's, like, because he had the quantum energy in the canister. And then she says, don't get into that time warp. Because we can't get you out.
Exactly.
He, like, winks at the camera.
Exactly. So it's like he's trapped in the quantum realm. He's going to, like, see some sort of time vortex and swim to it, basically, and hope it's the right one. But I was going to say, War Machine's there.
Yeah.
Who, by the way, like, has he just had the same suit since Iron Man 2?
No,
it's consistently been changed as well.
Okay, because I was wondering, because I was like,
Yeah.
Tony seems
Even
to
though
give
he
his
stole
suit
it?
something really nice every
did
movie.
Did you see Iron Man 3?
Yeah, he had
That's when he became the Iron Patriot.
Okay, well then, since Iron Man 3 then.
He's had different suits.
Okay.
Yeah, consistently. And he's even had like a square logo emblem, like the reactor.
Okay.
He's getting bulkier. He's got a lot more in like the legs and the shoulders now.
And now his suit is wheelchair accessible.
Oh, good for him.
Actually, yeah. Huh.
And then we've got Rocket, who's
Yeah.
with us.
Who's
and
riding the War Machine? Probably meant that Rocket had the biggest boner of his life.
Everything in the trailer so far are going to be from the first 20 minutes of the movie. That's it. They're not showing anything more.
And I think that's how
Anything more would be a
should
spoiler.
Yeah.
I like that.
That makes sense. And what I would like...
Well, you can't get away with most movies like that. I mean, maybe, but not really.
Yeah.
So what I always think about is, like, I like to think about what the Marvel Universe is after the snapping. I like to think of the scene in prison where all of the Marvel bad guys are just watching all of the prisoners and all of the guards just poof out of existence. Like, how would that scene be if Hammer was in prison watching everyone poof out of existence and, like, not knowing how you're going to get out or if anyone's in the prison anymore?
I wouldn't worry about Hammer. I don't care about him.
Yeah, but Hammer...
He's just a rich guy.
Isn't Hammer in the same prison with Vulture?
Is he?
I don't know. I like thinking the side characters have been forgotten.
No, yeah,
and
see,
how they exist.
Vulture, Sinister Six, all those people, yeah, no, I'd be worried about them, I guess, if they survived. See, we'll find out in Spider-Man Far From Home.
And that brings me to when I asked about who you think is at the table, because in the trailer it looks like they're having like an alcoholic a morning kind of circle, like therapy
Support group.
Thank you, support group. And I'm wondering who's in the support group. Are they side characters that have been relatively forgotten? I don't think it's going to be all of the superheroes sitting in a support group in some building. I like the idea of Cap with a bunch of the C team, I guess. I don't know, like
David Hasselhoff.
like Ant-Man's buddies there.
Okay.
Hank Pym.
Hank Pym's
No, they
gone.
both, yeah.
Oh, that's right. He
both gone.
he got snapped.
Yeah, all the Pyms.
It's going to be the
Or
like,
Pymless.
FBI agent from Ant-Man and the Wasp, and he's going to be there like, I don't know why I showed up, but you guys seem nice.
It's gonna be Betty Ross.
Yes.
Maybe Betty Ross teams up with Jane Foster.
Who was his name?
Yeah, I doubt Natalie Portman's ever
Feige's
coming
character.
back.
Oh yeah, I'm very
character.
doubtful that she'll be back.
What's that?
Who did not Feige? Oh God, Tony's friend, Tony's best
Happy.
buddy, Happy.
John Favreau.
Did Happy go? Did Happy?
I don't know.
Oh, we don't know.
Depending on when, depending on when or how Far From Home takes place.
I wouldn't want Happy to so desperately be the guy that started the group. He seems like the one who's most dependent.
That would be really meta, though. Because he's the director that starred the MCU.
Oh,
Yeah.
huh.
And then he got
that'd be so
he got
good
booted
then.
off of Iron Man 3.
It's even better.
I haven't been watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but apparently it is still happening, and I think it's coming back soon. Yeah.
I watched it religiously.
I guess it took like a year off. That's why it fell
did.
off like everybody's radar, which is a shame, I guess. That's a bad idea for any show.
I tried to make it through the Ghost Rider saga, and man, I knocked out like immediately
Because it was
after
the car Ghost
I
Rider,
couldn't
right?
hang on.
Because it was just the car Ghost Rider, right?
Like,
It wasn't
while
the motorcycle
while
one?
it was jumping that shark, I just let go.
Yeah.
Well, now wait, wasn't there also a scene though where they did have Johnny show up on the motorcycle and like as a cameo? I don't know.
Anyway, I was going to say,
That's how he became. That's how the car dude became the Ghost
Okay.
Rider.
ultimately, I don't know what the fuck's up with Coulson, if he's still around, maybe.
What I really wanted from
I
that.
love me some Coulson though.
Yeah, but in that finale, in that season finale, I was very disappointed because Agent May and Coulson were on the island, and the rest of the Shield flew away, and I just really hoped, because like it seemed like they were going to have their happy ending on the island, which they did. What I wanted was Coulson to just explode into dust, and now Agent May has to, seek revenge. Or
how will she repopulate the island now?
I'd like to see her stuck in the island. No Phil.
That's so fucking tragic.
I like tragic endings, and I was bummed out I didn't get it.
Well, that's how a lot of those,
That's so
that's how
fucked.
Ant-Man and the Wasp ended, where it's like, oh, they're all back together, happy family.
Yeah,
and
but I
then,
don't think that was that tragic. That was more like,
Okay, now who do you think?
she just got her mother
That's
back.
like the
Yeah.
to
That's
be
tragic.
continued.
but now they're all dead together. It was
Except
a
for-
tragic.
except
you
for
always
Hank,
had that
or except for Scott.
closure though. Like,
Yeah.
It would be really tragic.
We're all one pile of dust.
It'd be really tragic if if Janet was the only one that went poof,
Yeah.
or if
Yeah.
it was Hank that was left alone and Janet and Hope went poof.
Right.
Oh, that would be fucking awful.
Yeah.
And then what's his name would be stuck in the quantum realm for whatever other plot device they throw in instead.
Now, these were just actors who were like, we don't want to come back for that movie. We just want to be dead. Or give us one scene at the very end.
or their
Hey,
agents asked for too much.
I realized that you didn't sign me for the other movie, and you kicked my ass too much for how much you paid me here. Can you, snap your fingers and make me disappear?
Sure.
Well, actually.
The Russo brothers.
Yeah.
Huh.
And that's where that idea came from.
That's a pretty brilliant thought there.
I don't know. I like the idea of having characters that you don't expect to show up. Because seeing Red Skull show up in Infinity War was one of my favorite moments from that movie.
It was great. I still don't understand why that happened, but I
Magic.
loved it.
Magic.
Yeah,
Space magic.
The space magic of the cubes.
Isn't there a bunch of a large amount of time that goes by though between the last film and this one?
Between the 40s and now?
No, between. Yeah, 5 days?
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
you mean between Infinity War and
Endgame? Yes.
Well,
That's-
presumably the Tesseract takes or sends Red Skull to the planet where the Soul Stone is. Now, depending on however that universe or that planet works, I assume the Soul Stone probably corrupted him or called to him, and he tried to get it and died or something, and then the Soul Stone was like, "Hey, I'll make you your Grim Reaper guardian of
Soulstone. Hey, buddy.
Can you be landlord of my Soulstone vault, please?"
Which
I
thing
guess.
is the Tesseract? I forget. Is that
The blue,
big blue space?
space,
Space.
yeah.
Space? Okay.
Yeah.
That's when they teleport him to Soulstone. Soulstone's like, hey,
Oh,
Sup,
you got
buddy?
here.
I need a doorman. And you seem unemployed.
it's
no, but I think-
sad.
I'll give you a cool hood so nobody can see your fucked up face.
Red Hood's stuck there not because he's unable to obtain or he's not worthy. It's because you're a dick. You don't love anyone. And
No, he's a
one loves
fucking
you.
Nazi. That's why.
Yeah,
He's a Nazi doorman.
you were the worst Nazi.
Welcome to the planet. You can have the soul stone, but you first have to kill someone. But I think what Christian was saying was time between Infinity War and Endgame. Is that right?
Well, yeah, and I was wondering that if there's enough going on for the Red Skull to come back and be involved somehow.
I've heard that.
Maybe.
I've heard that they're not done with him.
It's not Hugo Weaving
Really?
anymore.
Well,
so
that because the soul stone's gone. He is now. What I've
Free.
heard is that he's free.
he's burdenless.
Oh
That's fair.
shit!
Who knows?
But how do you get off the
Zombie
planet?
Nazis are back.
Here's the other cool thing.
He's like, I'm free. I can't fly off planet.
Yeah. Now what?
I'm hoping that actually is something that's used down the road because then you get the Red Skull back on Earth potentially, maybe as a hidden politic. But what if we have a Falcon or a Bucky retaking the realms at that point and you have a much more Bourne-esque superhero Captain America movie? I think that would be a fun way to continue.
You know
on the
what's
Captain
going to
America
happen with
franchise.
Red Skull? He's going to become Thanos' bitch.
Oh,
He's just going to be like, yes, master. Whatever you want.
Sorry, I just imagine him being like a gimp.
Yeah.
He's on a leash.
Yeah.
Heal. No, it's heal. No, it's heal.
Yeah, that's heal. And he makes a snapping motion at him, don't make me do it.
One of these days, Red Skull. Snap! Boom! Into dust.
Their safe word is the Fuhrer is dead, just so that way he has to have emotion and cry a little when he says it.
It's Thanos. It's like, we can talk, but just don't look at my red skull.
Don't look at that little bitch in the corner.
He knows what he's done. He rolls up a newspaper. Bad red skull. Bad red skull.
I like to think Thanos has big dick energy and he just pee on the newspaper and then smack him with it.
That's weird.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's big dick energy.
I think so.
That's some weird ass dick energy.
Big purple wrinkly dick. Oh God, does his junk have his same chin markings?
Perfectly balanced.
Of course.
Everything should.
This guy's Grimace.
I'm so sorry, little one.
Oh God.
Is that what he called his wills?
Yes.
His balls is his will?
His balls. His stones.
I'm making way more Grimace jokes in my brain now that we're talking about his junk than I ever wanted to in my entire
is
life.
his junk, is his dick Grimace or Barney? Which one do you think is
Grimace? No.
Okay,
no,
because I said that I believe that Thanos watches TV.
So he shaped his dick according to his favorite cartoon character? What are you saying?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now that's the big dick energy.
Probably Grimace, because Grimace
the
is very
other one.
butt plug-esque.
He's a pretty big wide butt plug too. Mm-hmm. What flavor is Grimace? The fuck is Grimace?
So Grimace was, I believe, originally like some sort of like anti-character, like same
What?
vein of the Hamburglar. I could be wrong. Could be misremembering this, but believe he...
No, but go with it.
Yeah.
I want to hear your
But his thing was like they were so sad and they didn't like McDonald's, and like his people were so sad they just didn't care for McDonald's, and so Ronald McDonald's thing was like, I'm gonna make you eat this, you purple motherfucker. You're gonna like it. You're gonna take these McNuggets and you're gonna put them in your mouth and you're gonna freaking love it.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, Ava, you tell him. Fuck Grimace. Yeah. What about the Hamburglar?
Robble.
Okay, she seems cool with the Hamburglar.
I don't know much about the Hamburger.
He's like Wormtongue from Lord of the Rings.
All I know is that the Hamburglar is still out there, free, and Mayor McCheese is doing nothing, and Big Mac is corrupt as shit.
Mayor McCheese hasn't done anything for it?
Nothing.
Oh
he
my
sits in his
God.
castle, drinking his McShakes, and...
I voted for the other guy.
You did?
I did.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good for you.
Which other guy?
He's one of the French fry kids. I don't know his name. I'm not a big fan of kid stars.
You do not take your politics seriously enough.
Not
man.
enough. I just didn't like Mayor McCheese.
He voted the wild card.
He went
Yeah.
green. He voted green.
Yeah.
Okay,
Vote fry or
that's
die.
how we got Trump, asshole.
Follow the green. Follow the Shamrock Shake.
When I was a kid in
Now available
Palm
for a long
Springs,
time.
the kindergarten I had clearly was taking recycling from the old McDonald's that burned down, because one of
This
our
sounds like a plot of a horror movie.
it kind
Everything you
of
said.
was.
When I was a kid in Palm Springs.
It kind of is, because it was my childhood and everything about my childhood was a horror story.
Yeah.
But
All rode around
this was
on
kind of cool
bikes.
because we had a Mayor McBurger. What is that his name?
Mayor McCheese.
Mayor McCheese, thank you. His head was in our playground at kindergarten, so they just
Wow.
they took one from a dilapidated McDonald's.
was
and
he
just
kind of
claimed-
burned up?
No,
No? Because that's what he's...
pristine. It just wobbled way more than you wanted a big giant burger.
See,
head
if I
to.
went there,
And
I would.
whispered secrets.
If I was like a new kid and I showed up at that school, I'd be like, "Is that our mascot? Are we sponsored by McDonald's here? Like, is that the cafeteria now?"
Man, no, that was my middle school. That was Linfield. That was the Lutheran school. They're like,
Sounds like
hey,
a
you know
prison.
what? Subway every Monday, pizza every Tuesday, McDonald's every Wednesday, KFC on Thursday, and then Friday your parents have to feed you. Like, Jesus Christ, all these kids are going to be fat by their mid-30s so bad that they're going to die in their sleep.
It kind
30s.
of sounds like you went to capitalism kindergarten.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you went to like the NASCAR equivalent of a school that just had
Oh, yeah.
sponsors out the ass.
My school didn't have brand names. We had, when you say you had your dates, I was like, yeah, I had my dates too. I knew what lunches were going to happen, but none of them were brands.
Although for
Yes.
the longest time, my elementary school had our mascot was the Roadrunner, and when I was there, it was the Looney Tunes Roadrunner. They
Oh, God.
literally used the Looney Tunes Roadrunner.
And they just got away with it.
And they got away with
The
it
internet wasn't
until like maybe I was in high school and they changed it to like a realistic
Gotcha.
Roadrunner.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, my
back
Thursdays-
in the day, they could get away with it constantly. It's weird.
My Thursdays were brunch for lunch. We didn't have a brand.
What the fuck?
Brunch for lunch was like the French toast strips They had like Salisbury steak patties.
This was your what now?
Brunch for lunch.
Brunch for
For
lunch.
elementary school.
Did you get mimosas?
And you said Salisbury steak?
No, the Salisbury patties. It's not.
Yeah.
Patties?
It's not. It wasn't good.
No.
It wasn't like really high end Salisbury.
Wait, so like instead of was it sausage or was
It was
it like
sausage. It was
Salisbury?
sausage.
It was
Okay.
the equivalent. It was
and then
a
they have the French toast strips that you can dip in like a little packet of syrup.
little cup of syrup.
Yeah.
Yes. Because again, they had a surplus of it for breakfast for the week.
No, but why?
And it
why
would
are you
go
looking at me
bad.
Weird. I'll eat breakfast any time of the day.
Yeah.
Ditto.
God,
Fucking
I've
right?
never heard of an organized because that's what you do when you're like you fucked up during the day and you have too much breakfast food.
I think if anything, elementary school should teach you that time is irrelevant.
Well, yeah, of course.
Breakfast should not have to be in the morning.
Okay, what was your favorite, all the way from elementary school to high school, what was your favorite school lunches that
Brunch
they
for
served
lunch.
you?
the butter pads that
You
came
are
with the roll.
You fucking 99.
You got rolls?
Yeah, we got roll
that-
like
you're a
like
1%er
rolls with butter
child.
pads, and the butter was so salty, it was delicious. And yeah,
He had rolls with his lunch. He had like catering.
What the?
Yeah.
He had craft services at his school.
Oh, because
What age group was this?
Oh,
Was
there
it-
was a
Elementary
lobster
school.
day.
Okay.
yeah. Well, it was in Claremont.
Jesus.
Yeah,
We had Bring Your Own Grey Poupon week, and then Caviar Fridays were a hit when I became class president.
And then 2 years later, we brought Beat Your Butler. It was great.
Oh Jesus!
actually, come to think of it, the rolls were probably the nicest part of like any of the lunches.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
You know what really sticks out to me in middle school? There was a place in...
Is it gonna be more NASCAR food?
No.
Okay.
It's my favorite chimichanga, microwave chimichangas were on sale there. But they wouldn't microwave them. They just threw them on the steamroller that they put for the hot dogs.
Sure.
Oh,
And it was so soggy, but so good.
My middle school got this vending machine that was essentially it served Tombstone individual pizzas that
snap.
came in these like little microwavable, I guess, tins like that you would get like for like a microwavable dish, and it's got like foil on this or like a foil safe on the side, and you would pay like $2.50 for it. It would essentially microwave it. Maybe sometimes it came out cold in the middle.
Sure.
But you would get this like 3x5 deep dish pizza, and they had that. They had these like Oreo like brownie cakes, and then they had like a nacho thing.
Now, if you got that and it was still cold in the center, are you the guy to go back and heat it up some more, or do you just power through it?
I mean, you don't have much option in middle school. It's
Yeah.
like you got
It's
to maybe
time for
go
that.
find a
You're
teacher.
not gonna go back and say
Because again, it's a
"Excuse me."
vending machine.
Right.
I can't tell the vending machine, hey,
Oh,
you
so the
fucked
vending
up.
machine automatically cooked that for you?
Yes, it's like have you seen those ice cream vending machines? Because we had this too, where it like literally like a robot would like suck it
Sorry,
with
I
a
just
vacuum.
I picture little Nathan.
Yeah.
Excuse me, vending machine. The
Yeah.
center of my pizza is not right. Can you heat it up? I'm sorry, Nathan. I can't do that.
Can I do that? Hello?
Hal, I need my pizza warmed up.
It just shoots a frozen hard pizza at your head and knocks you the fuck out.
Fine, I'm gonna go to Mr. Clegg's room. I'm gonna use his microwave. Okay.
Daisy.
But no, we also had an ice cream one that it was like a robot where it would basically like be on a track and then it would extend an arm down. Like basically the cooler would open on its own on a hydraulic.
See, I'm not in the 1% school. He's at the.
It's
Yeah,
not a
seriously.
1%
No,
thing.
this is a
It's
1%
not. You can go
thing.
to a public beach and it's like there.
we
No,
had-
you're at the fucking Jetson school.
No, I'm not. It's
Hang on. I like that his defense is that you can go to the beach and it's just like the
a
same
public
as
beach.
school.
A public
What
beach.
public beach has robots feeding you?
public
Any
beaches
beach.
in California are the
Yes.
highest rent districts in the state.
I'm not saying
I
that.
have not seen Hal 9000.
I'm not saying you
make
gotta
me a
pay
meal.
rent to be on the beach.
I've
Go
never had
enjoy
Hal
the
9000
beach.
make me a meal.
Don't you?
No, you don't.
Don't you? Sorry.
Lead me to this robotic meal maker. I want a meal made by a
I
robot.
don't because we're too old to be on that campus.
No, I'm not talking about that. You said the beach. I want to go to the
Oh,
beach.
okay.
Okay,
You could always go on the weekends when there aren't kids or liability there.
Raph, that's the creepiest thing I know.
It might not even be there anymore. It might be too outdated.
Okay, honestly, I kind of want to just take the gear and just go on a podcast trip to record us trying to go see this ice cream machine.
Sure, but I just want to
I've
see
seen
this
these
robot.
ice cream machines. I've never heard of one at a school. That's bizarre to me. Like that shit would have been broken so fast.
God,
that
Well,
it was-
all of our vending machines had these cages over them. like.
The ice cream vending machine had a cage.
Yeah,
on it?
all of the vending machines had
All
cages
of ours
over
did
them.
too. Public school, right?
Right, yeah, so that you couldn't bash them around.
This is a
and-
protected Hell 9000.
essentially, yeah, they're kept in big ass metal
Wait,
cages.
are you sure, or was it trying to protect the kids from the robot?
Yeah, the vending machines are trying to get
Asking
out.
the right question.
Some maximum overdrive
Because
shit.
if I was serving ice cream to a high school full of teenagers all day long, I'd want to kill every single
Oh, if that
teenager.
robot had like learned how to move its arm 90 degrees like forward and broken into the glass and like punched its way out, we'd have been dead.
Yeah,
It's history.
I don't think the cage is going to keep that thing.
No.
No.
See, that's the
I think
kind of
it's-
shit I wanted Ultron to do.
I think it's protecting the.
Serve
I
you
think
ice
that
cream?
cage is protecting the
And kill them
robot from, wannabe Neos.
Oh god. Yeah. No, high school was weird because our vending machines were all just like soda, the 90s. So
Yeah.
soda, Sobe.
Yeah.
And then there was one that was tea, Powerade, Gatorade, water. And
But did
that
the fucking claw move the drink for you?
no,
I'm
but
still flabbergasted about that.
It's not a claw. It's a suction cup, actually. Or it's like a vacuum. No, I think it's a vacuum.
Did it have a
It's
goddamn Dr. Seuss glove on it to give
No.
you the soda?
That'd be
and then
badass.
open it up for you?
fucking cat in the hat contraption.
Yeah. That's what it sounds like to me.
I know, it basically is. No, it's very much like a Wallace and
Don't
Gromit
go high school
contraption.
soda.
Oh, it's Wallace and Gromit. That's what it
Because
reminded me of.
again, it literally
Shit, that's
it's
exactly
a
it.
cooler inside,
Yeah.
opens up on its own on hydraulics, and then like almost like a claw machine, this robot arm on a track.
I would be so overweight because I would always want to see this happen.
I know it's kind of it's a nice little like how it's made process. You
Yeah.
almost want to have somebody
Christ.
narrate it for you, like
Or
the
that-
arm
that-
extends down for the Blue Bunny ice cream
Or the
sandwich.
theme song from the intro to Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah,
You just see, dun, 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 dun.
no, I do remember at one point we had one of those like grab the stuffed animal things
Yeah.
in the just outside the library. So first and foremost, that thing was loud as fuck because you put the coin in and then you can and while you're doing it, it's playing this whole like
Right outside the library.
right outside the fucking library. This is brilliant planning, right? And then one day I'm walking past the library and I see the machine and it does that like randomly it makes the noise like are you ready to now look and I see this rolled up Playboy with a rubber band just sticking up next to like a teddy bear and a little lion.
oh nice.
Oh my god. So of course, yep, I got a quarter.
I feel like you had the music from Willy Wonka when Charlie Buckets found the golden ticket.
You know what? I think it should play the entire time, but I didn't get it. I actually got one of the claws into the
not how I'm
rolled
gonna
up
remember
thing. Apparently that thing was in there for like 3 days. Staff didn't even bother with it.
Now I would assume a staff got it in there. Somebody with a key to the like inside of it.
You see, you'd think so, but we had some of the best fucked up kids on the planet because
Kids who could shimmy and dislocate their shoulders and fit into the crawl
No,
space.
Just to
you know
put
you
shit
can
in a
buy
claw
mo-
machine.
most of those keys are standardized, and
Yes,
you can buy
exactly.
them online.
Oh no shit!
Yeah.
Like
And
there's
a lot of-
master lock keys. Yeah.
Thanks for the
I've
info.
bought a couple of standardized keys for things like.
So you're saying we can go steal that ice cream robot's job
Yes,
and get all the
probably.
ice cream sandwiches we
if,
want?
if they never rekeyed it, then almost
you
definitely.
take their job.
hang on. You want the robot to have no job, and all you want out of it is the ice cream sandwiches.
I mean,
Yes.
yeah. I'm not really taking away a
know,
robot's
this is-
job.
No, I want to take a- I want to
I'm
take a
giving a
robot's job.
human the job of
He's
coming
a
back to
simple-
restock the machine.
He's a simple man, Christian. Like he
many robots have
he
taken-
knows what he wants in life.
Too many robots have
It's ice
taken
cream.
human beings' jobs. I want to take a robot's job.
I feel like we need to start just like posters all over LA, just of Nathan here, just like trying to take back jobs from robots.
Yep.
I agree with one of the strips you put out, Jimmy. I think that you will be like the AI like bigot.
Oh yeah.
I can
When-
see
you know on iRobot when Will Smith was all anti-robots? Yeah. That's me.
Just less hot.
It's
Yeah,
gonna
very
one of the
less hot, but
posters.
I'm still gonna just look at everything. Hell nah.
One of the one of the posters should be one of those like communist propaganda workplace posters, like with me, like with my sleeves rolled up, like overlooking a automotive factory, yelling at the human people, like "Faster! You're better than robots!"
You must be more efficient, or I cannot defend your worthless ass.
Right?
I just see me.
This is for nothing.
when AI when AI starts hitting the street, I'm going to call all of them Teddy Ruxpin.
Oh, but for real, Teddy was fucking creepy.
Teddy Ruxpin, Furby. I don't like
2.0.
robots.
2.0 was just as creepy. They're like, look, now it has LED eyes. Yeah, now when it wakes up, I'm awake.
But yeah, Marvel.
Oh, is that what we were talking about?
You know
Oh,
what?
fuck.
You know what always makes me sad, and I tweeted about it recently, was I always think about John C. Reilly's family from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Why?
Because in the beginning of Infinity War, Thor says that Thanos destroyed Xandar. That's where John C. Reilly's family was. And at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy, he thanks Star-Lord. He's like, "Thank you for helping us. It's because of you my family's safe."
So you think John C. Reilly's either A, going to come back as an avenging hero, or do you think, ooh, an Avenger?
I don't think he's going to
Or-
come back. I just
No.
think that they're dead.
It's possible that he
Got
'cause-
off planet?
No, not possibly got off planet. I'm saying it's very possible that they're all dead. It's probably more likely that they died in the snap, because I don't think Thanos was like going from planet to planet at that. He just went to go get the stone. He went to go get the purple the Power Stone.
Yeah, but wouldn't he like fuck shit up when he
He
got
would
them?
probably take down the headquarters, but he wouldn't decimate the whole
Well, at
planet.
least
and-
John C. Reilly's dead.
oh, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. If he did,
Because he was a Nova.
yeah. So if he didn't make it out of there for sure, but probably, yeah.
Or he's the sole Nova, so he is Nova now.
We could play this game with any character. It's just
Yeah.
like, yeah, are they alive? Sure. Are they not alive? Maybe. We'll find out.
Well, it's something I like to think. Well, we're probably not going to find out because I don't think that they're going to hire every background character
Oh,
that's ever been.
hey, now that James Gunn is back for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume
Oh,
3,
I'm so
it's very
glad about
likely that we might find out some more details and some more returning characters.
Yeah.
And thank you.
I think a friend told me that, like, are you surprised that he came back? And I'm like, I'm not surprised. I'm just unexpected it came so soon because I knew I was like, Disney's just waiting for shit to cool down to bring
Yeah.
it back because they.
Oh, and
already-
it's a perfect time because they're hot off the success of Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
And with Infinity or Endgame coming right around the corner, people are like, "Hey, what's next?"
well,
like,
Disney invested so much money to change the Tower of Terror to Guardians of the Galaxy.
oh, and James Gunn's all over that fucking
Yeah, so
ride. That's his ride.
I never believed that it was going to be forever gone. But if it was forever gone, I was, forever going to be disappointed. Like, never getting the third Guillermo del Toro Hellboy. I'm always going to be upset about that. I'm always going to be bitter. Now, if they made a video game about that, if they made Guillermo del Toro and the Ron Perlman and the whole team come back for a video game of his third story, I'd be okay.
What kind of game would you do, though?
Same thing that happened with Ghostbusters.
Oh, so like a third-person action-adventure kind of puzzle thingy?
Yeah.
It has
Tomb
to be.
Raider.
It has
Well,
to
Hellboy
be.
is just
Did you
like
ever see-
Tomb Raider.
Did you ever see Ghostbusters
Just
video game?
uglier and pretty at
Raph.
the same time.
Did you ever see the Ghostbusters video game? No. It's really good. It's a story that's written by Harold Ramis and Dan Aykroyd, and it's got all the cast
Really?
back.
Yep.
All the cast back.
Even the
Shit.
Murrays.
What platforms is it on?
Xbox. And I
Okay.
think it's for every game. Actually, now I think about it. But no.
But
it's,
it was 360. So this
Yeah.
was like maybe 10 years ago
Yeah.
at this point.
was
Oh,
a-
okay.
quite
So
a while.
it would probably be on Steam by now.
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah. Okay.
But the cutscenes are an actually good story, a good movie, and it's a good third-part story to the Ghostbusters thing, where the villain is Ivo Shandor, which is the architect from the first film.
Guy who designed all of Gozer's like temple and
Yeah.
the Dana Barrett's apartment, all of that.
Oh
and
my
so yeah, it's like
God.
it's a very like you can consider it a Ghostbusters 3. There are a few like outside of movies, there are a lot of Ghostbusters continuing stories that are just as good, if not better, than the actual like movies.
I did not know about that.
But
That's
that
amazing.
third game is pretty good.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, if they did that for Hellboy 3, I'd be
in.
okay.
I'm 100% in. You could do so much. You kind of do a combination of that and how the Telltale games to get really like into the characters.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Love Telltale.
Yeah, I think that'd be perfect.
But I'm looking forward to James Gunn being back because I was really bummed out that
Yeah.
that when he got fired, I was bummed out that we might not get Adam Warlock.
Yeah, I was wondering if that's going to be a Guardians thing or that's going to be an Endgame thing.
It's gonna be a Guardians thing.
Yeah, I don't think they would try and shoehorn that into Endgame.
because he's supposed to be a post. He's supposed to be post the first Infinity event, anyways. I believe, isn't he?
Adam
I have no
Warlock?
idea.
Yeah, he's
They haven't said anything about his movie. Or,
No, I think he's talking about the comics.
in the comics. Yeah,
oh, maybe.
I think traditionally, like he's like comes as like a at the prologue. He comes to life, and then somehow becomes in the next wave of it.
Rad.
Okay, well, yeah, maybe that'll be one of the end credits of Endgame.
And that would make sense if they were going to hire James Gunn after that. If they're like, shit, we got Adam Warlock.
Yeah,
what are we going to do?
Shoot this Warlock scene for us.
But I don't know. I think it would be just a Guardians thing because Guardians is very much in the cosmic Marvel universe. Although they are going to space All right, like they have that slow walk.
Now that's the thing. I thought they were spacesuits too.
I don't
They
think
could
so.
be quantum realm
I think
suits.
that's exactly what. they are.
Okay.
Because even Ant-Man is in one.
Right.
But that would make more sense because they have the quantum ship. They don't have a spaceship.
Yeah.
Well, they do. They have the Quinjets.
Yeah, Quinjets can clearly
Because
go.
Hulk took one straight to space.
I still think that's silly because
No,
But he did. How else would he have done it?
but Nick Fury said that they found a Quinjet
Oh,
in the ocean.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Captain Marvel, there's a...
Oh, wait, shut up then.
Yeah. there's a thing for that.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's like how I mentioned,
But,
like there's a lot of gaps that
yeah.
are filled for that movie.
No,
There's-
that's cool. That's
yeah.
cool. I dig that.
Yeah, a lot that I didn't even get.
But no,
at the time.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. also, they flew to space with a Quinjet.
Well,
so
and then they
I
didn't
could
find
see
it
that.
in the ocean because remember in Ragnarok it's in the Grandmaster's planet.
Yeah. But he had that line at the end of Ultron. But if you say that they did fill in blanks, I believe you.
That could also be a Fury.
No,
thing.
I'm saying that the Quinjets are able to go through space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That could also be Fury thing of him saying like I didn't lose the Hulk kind of thing, doing yet
Oh
another.
yeah, he's some alien's problem now.
Nick Fury, good. All right.
Good, yeah. Fucking sorry, Mars.
You guys have any actual predictions, thoughts, or like specific hopes?
My
for
only
Endgame?
prediction: pain.
Well, I mean, yeah.
That was very Michael Keaton of you.
That was Mr. T, but okay.
That was Mr. T.
I was
Okay.
feeling some like Macho Man Randy Savage.
See, and I actually went Hulk Hogan. So.
I think that Thanos is gonna come to Earth.
Well, I guess it is all. It's all wrestling. So yeah, essentially, yeah.
When you do that voice, it's just
There's gonna be
wrestling.
SmackDown. There's gonna be pain. Bonesaw is ready. That's a nice outfit. It's a nice outfit. Your wife make it for you.
Nice
I
spy
don't know.
member.
My complete like just the whole thing with like Thanos and Tony having their moment, and me having no like the least amount of information out of everyone.
Okay, now when you say their moment,
yeah, when they were talking, when
Right
they were
before
like,
he stabs
I know,
him in the fucking
I know what
gut.
it's like to have knowledge.
Well,
and,
yeah, he's like Thanos. He's like,
Yeah.
you know me? Yeah, I know
Yeah.
you, Stark.
yeah, I know you. I like when they have that. And it, like,
I've been following your MySpace.
all of that
ever.
and Tony's like left arm thing. I think Tony's going to somehow get the gauntlet and sacrifice himself to bring everybody else back, but he's going to be gone.
See, but I think if they did do it, if they did go back in time and he uses the gauntlet then or something, and his left arm being numb and always being in pain is some kind of echo of something that happened in his far past, that would be kind of cool.
I'm not against
Or
that.
in future, like in the time.
Well, no, Tony's future, but also his past.
What if the time stone affected it so far forward?
Yeah, I could dig it.
Okay.
Yeah. Time travel's weird. I love time travel. I do want to mention one thing though.
Do it.
I hope Sif and Valkyrie show up.
Valkyrie would be
Oh,
great.
I want me some Valkyrie.
That's two Asgardians that have not been accounted for.
That's the thing is when they open on Infinity War, it's like everybody on that ship seems to be dead.
But she wasn't on the ship.
She wasn't on that ship.
No, because she
Wasn't she?
No,
She's
all-
not at the end
we-
of Ragnarok.
We
No.
don't know because she
Where did
wasn't
she go?
in Ragnarok.
Where did she go?
She was constantly
Like the
on screen.
last scene that actress was at Sif was on Agents of Shield.
No, not Sif. Valkyrie.
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 Yeah, she was
on the ship at the end of Ragnarok.
Was she
Right.
on the ship or was she just beating ass on the bridge? Because I remember her on the ship.
She was on the ship.
Okay.
She was on the ship because she's like, "Where are we going to go?"
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying.
that's
Is like I'm pretty sure she probably was on that ship and
Yeah,
blew up.
but Sif, I want to know where she is.
We can only hope we get everything and everyone on screen.
The only thing I want is Avengers Assembled. That's the only phrase I really want to
Oh,
hear.
you know that they've been holding that fucking jizz shot off for a while.
When they cut off at the end of what was it, Avengers 2?
Yep.
I was so upset.
You know what's funny is I can imagine you just throwing whatever you had in hand at the screen and just attacking someone.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look the type.
It was the kids that were behind me and said that Howard the Duck is going to save the world.
I want to imagine.
believe that.
I want to imagine the editor of Ultron, Age of Ultron, like played a joke on the Russo brothers, and like that last ending was like Avengers ass, and then cut, and it's like that's what you wanted, right? That's what you wanted, right?
And cut.
Avengers ass.
You know, actually, Chris Evans, out of all the Avengers, would be the first one to laugh his ass off, too.
And he has that throwing the head back laugh.
Yes. Oh, God. You know, you got to respect that.
I love the behind-the-scenes shots of him always throwing his head back.
He's always laughing. He's a happy boy.
All
He
right.
has the Muppet laugh. So thanks for joining, guys. Any shout-outs, anything going on in your lives you want to talk about?
I just know we never said our names at the top of the show, so...
That's okay.
Yeah, I love how nobody got introduced.
Yeah, there's going to be links with this thing. There's going to be links with this thing.
Links? I guess, but I'm just saying, like, we didn't even say our names.
I didn't have that planned in the slightest. I just...
Cool.
We just jumped in.
This summer is the third clown charity thing I'm going to be doing. So
Oh, fuck.
that will be coming soon. I think
Tell
it's either
us what you're gonna do. What are the
I don't have all of
rewards?
the challenges. I don't have all the rewards planned out because it has to start small and work its way big. But all I know is that
That's
one
not
of them
how it
I
works.
want to do. One of them I want to do is a pizza with clowns, and I would like to find clowns and interview them about why did they choose the horrible life of being a clown.
Has anyone ever seen the sushi bars where you like eat the sushi off the naked body?
Not in real life.
Are those actual restaurants, or is that, like, for private functions?
Yeah, I
assume
thought,
that's
I thought
a
that was like
private
a weird Yakuza thing.
Like, yeah, maybe in Japan itself.
That'd
like,
be a
that's
weird,
thing.
like just a regular restaurant. Like,
Yeah.
just seeing people lying on the table.
Like, did those ladies apply for that, or those men, presumably?
Because I'll do it.
Can't
My
be
hope is that
sanitary.
he's eating pizza off the body of naked clowns.
Oh, that's so bad for your skin. The oil, the grease. Ooh.
But the ones I do know for certain is the 1000 is I'll see It Chapter 2. And I really don't want to see that because now they're adults and they can get
Am I
scarier.
allowed to sit in the back seat behind you in a trench coat?
The 2000 mark is going to be the running of it. I'm going to participate in the running of the clowns in Pasadena.
Yes.
That's the one I'm excited for.
I'm going to wear.
Almost.
I
So that's
plan-
like $2,000 to basically make you have a heart attack. Because are you going to train for a marathon?
I have been.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, yeah, what if you get to 2,000 and you're just like, shit, I got to run a marathon tomorrow?
Yeah. I even thought about that because I was telling my buddy Bobby about that, and he's like, you should probably get ready for it. And I
Yeah,
was like,
huh?
Yeah, because it'll be only funny for a few seconds if I have a heart attack, like 5 feet. Charlie horse. Ah.
Yeah.
You need to die at least in camera shot of the end goal. Otherwise, it's for naught.
Yeah, 3,000 is my ultimate nightmare.
Night with a clown prostitute.
I'm doing escape. Oh no!
You're right. I'm sorry I said prostitute. I should have said sex worker.
Ava. Yes,
You're right.
Ava, sex worker.
I apologize.
Sex worker. He said he's sorry.
I'm sorry,
Ava.
Ava. I take it back. I apologize.
Nathan, thank you for triggering my dog's inner social justice warrior. I'll have to hear a lecture about this for the next 3 hours.
I'm learning.
Jimmy, I'd love to have you back on to talk details about this year's clown charity.
I'll do it.
You know I always love throwing you face first into that fuckfest. And Raphael, thank you for stepping in for Haley, and thank you for being a wonderful couch guest and getting thoroughly drunk on my show. If you like this episode, please comment and share with your friends. We like to play with as many new people as we can. We will see you next time, and until then, may the awesomeness be with you.
I can't believe the news today. Can't close my eyes and make it go away. How long? How long must we sing this song? How long? Too long. For too long. Tonight, we can be as one. Tonight. Broken bottles under children's feet. Bodies strewn across the damn streets. But I won't heed the battle call. It pushed my back against the wall. Sunday, bloody Sunday. Sunday, bloody Sunday. Sunday, bloody Sunday. Sunday, bloody Sunday.